So welcome you guys. We're going to do a community message. And I have been blessed with a beautiful deck of tarot cards. The Hoodoo Tarot, okay? This deck of cards gets down to the nitty-gritty. And we need to know what's going on, okay? This way you can prepare as you go about your daily things. Uh, Especially if you have children. And understand that no matter what craziness is going on outside around you, you and your loved ones have nothing to do. Have nothing to do with other people's issues. Y'all got nothing to worry about. Okay? So let's get into the community message, all right? This deck of cards gets down straight to the nitty-gritty, all right? By the way, I want to give a shout out to Yana Lee McQueeler. I hope I didn't say it wrong. And Cataline V. Fossey. I hope I didn't say your name wrong. I apologize if I did. All I know is since I've been using this deck of cards, I've been able to have more clarity and less fear around external environment conflict. So let's see what the cards have to say. Let me turn this upside down. Ten of Sticks and the Ancestors. And the Mother of Coins is right behind this. It's this. All right, so intuitively, what I'm picking up, and I'm going to read the book too, because the description in these books is wonderful. You see how this powerful, strong woman is carrying these sticks up a hill. And I don't feel it's that she wants to carry them. It's that she understands that she has something to do. She has to finish something. So I'm picking up, you guys can have a lot of responsibility, especially with the white. This shows your purity. You may have had a lot of people heap a lot of responsibility upon you. You may have had a lot of individuals abuse and exploit the skill sets that you offer, but you also may be using this to your advantage. You could have had people create situations for you in which you could have been trapped in a corner or boxed in. So I feel as if you're watching this, you had to find some way to basically find that inner strength to keep going. Let's see what 10 of Sticks in the book says. The plant in here is called the Bay Star Vine. The image. An overburdened old woman climbs a hill to eat Shishandra fruit, also known as Bay Star Vine. It's not a plant that's easy to find, but it is known as a wonderful fatigue fighter in anti-aging medicine. So I feel like this is where you have to know when you're being asked. Well, I feel like you're learning to know when to ask for help. And this is that hard times. You could be struggling to make ends meet, and you could be healing a martyr's complex. Okay? But you could be having hard times take place right now. And that could be showing up as struggling to make ends meet due to a martyr's complex. Okay. Now with the ancestors here, this is a very interesting Very beautiful picture. And this is also the death card. And there's a Bible verse in here with this Hoodoo Tarot deck. It says it's from Proverbs 30 and 17. The eye that mocketh at his father and despiseth to obey his mother, the ravens of the valley shall pick it out, and the young eagles shall eat it. Now, I don't know what that means. If you know what that means, put me on. The flower that's representing this card is the flower of the flower of stone. Now, the image. A happy baby is lying in a crib. Though her form is young, there is a part of her that is very old. So you could also be an old soul. You could be mourning. And you could be mourning the past. You could actively be putting the past behind you and starting over. And you could be mourning right now. You could be mourning putting the past behind you. Now, I don't want to downplay putting the past behind you. When you're mourning putting the past behind you, you're walking into the unknown. So, I'm getting it now. The way I have these cards set up, the past aspect of you that you're leaving behind, it could be that martyrdom complex. You could be literally leaving behind hardship and a life of suffering. Because what this says here, this woman was willing to keep going despite burdens that weren't hers. So she was willing to keep climbing to get to this source of nutrients to keep herself healthy. And I feel a lot of people had relied on you, or maybe people are relying on you to do this. And this is the aspect of yourself that you're leaving behind, a spirit of martyrdom. You could be mourning putting this behind you, because you could have a truly big heart and you could see the cause of people suffering. You can have the solutions to help them. That's where that martyrdom spirit comes in. But you could have been, making it very difficult for yourself as well. So you could be having a full rebirth at this point. Now, to the energy moving us forward is the Mother of Coins. I feel like if you have already left this energy of the Ten of Sticks, you're moving into the death energy where you're grieving, leaving this behind. But this will pay off though. And I'll tell you why with the Mother of Coins here. This is like you could be at a crossroads right now. The Mother of Coins. So there's the plant for this card here is the jasmine and lavender. The Mother of Coins is lying in a comfy bed surrounded by all of her beloved pets. She places jasmine and lavender on her headboard to calm and soothe herself so she can fall into a deeper sleep. The goal is to achieve valuable messages and insights from her dreams so that she may help herself and help others. You may have people saying that you're self-absorbed because you're not taking on their burdens anymore. But you could also just be being very practical. This is the crossroads that you could be at right now. You may have people trying to view you as self-absorbed because you're no longer taking on their burdens. But what you're doing is very practical, and this is why you're able to show the fruits of your labor. But the people that are trying to call you self-absorbed, they have no proof of anything. All they have is talk, talk, talk. So this is what you could be leaving behind. Because I really see that you guys want to help people. I definitely see that you guys do have the greatest intentions, but you realize that there's no reason you should be struggling like that, and like you possibly did in the past or are struggling currently now. Or there's no reason that these people should be struggling like they are. So their defense is they could be calling you a gold digger or self-absorbed, hoping that this will negatively impact you. Now, the advice you have here is the nine of knives, and this will help you be able to keep pushing forward. Once again, we have lavender. All right, so the image. A screaming skull is surrounded by 9 peaches with knives stuck through them. This symbolizes the troubled spirits of approximately 20,000 newly emancipated slaves who were placed in concentration camps in Natchez, Mississippi. The majority of the women, men, and children died a slow, agonizing death from disease or starvation. The camp was located at the bottom of a pit where wild peach trees grew. That's why this place came to be known as the Devil's Punch Bowl. To this day, no one eats the peaches because they know the bodies of those tortured people fertilize the soil. It was not the custom of indigenous people to eat anything that grew in areas that were considered beset with negative energy such as this, because the despair would be internalized by whoever partook of such foods. So this is the end of your suffering. However, what's happening here is those that you've cut off are isolated. They could be experiencing great despair. They could be experiencing starvation or disease. And this is why they may be trying to basically say, you're self-absorbed or a gold digger, because they're not willing to use discernment and take accountability for their actions. They could have been warned about doing something and they did it anyway, and they thought to themselves that they could just get away with it and basically put all those burdens on you. They wanted you to feel bad for being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. But they were warned about something before they did something. And now they're experiencing the consequences of it. So with the isolation coming up, you guys are protected from these people. So these people could be trying to break that isolation by trying to basically negatively and maliciously gossip about you, because you're no longer saying, hey, I see you're suffering, I'll help you out of this situation. Wow. So let's get another message. We have 5 of baskets, 8 of sticks, and black hermit. All right, so let's talk about it, y'all. No, 5 of baskets. Forgive me, 5 of baskets. But I feel I'll start with the 8 of sticks here. You protecting yourself from some people. A hoodoo woman is peeling wood from a tree just struck by lightning. It is believed that lightning struck wood amplifies the potency of any working. So you could be receiving critical messages and protecting yourself from some very nasty people. These people may be trying to get you to just not protect yourself. You could be protecting yourself with truth. And these people may be trying to basically trauma dump onto you like their life depends on it. And it's a possibility their life does depend on it. They could have done some root work to basically get you to struggle like they're struggling. With the five of baskets, they're crushing. They're being crushed under the pressure of the consequences of the actions that they have taken. And you're protecting yourself. And these people don't like it. But what's interesting is if they were in your situation, they will be able to see exactly how you feel. So they might be attracting situations so that they can develop empathy. 3 baskets are shown in various states of destruction. 2 remain unscathed beneath debris, despite being bent or distorted. The 2 baskets that survived whatever destroyed the other 3 represent our often untapped inner power and strength. So you could be moving on from these people, and you could be feeling alive again, living your best life, and these people could be trying to punish you. These people could be brooding. And we also have Black Hermit, which is the Magician. I'll show you guys that card as well. So there's a lot of people that may be trying to get you to expose how you're able to keep your head above water where they're drowning in their own filth. You're being advised to stop playing and do what you have to do, even if it's hard. Now, I don't feel that's what you're doing. I don't feel that's what you're doing at all. But you could literally, we have the courting card here. You could have people that are so focused on trying to get into a relationship with you simply because you garner results, and they simply just want to be able to partake in the fruits of your labor with nothing to offer. Not only do they not have anything to offer, they have a lot of outside people constantly in their ear about how to maneuver, what to do. And this is where they're at a crossroads now, because they're having to understand that if they make one person happy who they said do this and do that, it's going to piss somebody else off. So this is where the people that are brooding and want to punish you for basically leaving them behind, it's showing up here how they don't have a backbone. They can have 7 different people telling them 7 different things. They'll tell each of those 7 different people what they think they want to hear, to hide the fact that they don't have a backbone to say, I don't feel comfortable doing any of this. So these are people that are saying they may want relationships. They may be trying to get you to consistently engage with them, but they don't even have a backbone. So this means if you have a child with them or even a family with them, your children will be negatively impacted by external resources. Now, let's be honest. This person will, I'm picking up on people who will do straight binding magic. Now, these people like to target, with this item, high priestesses. They like to target naturally gifted people and who just naturally are attuned into the spiritual realm, because they feel they won't have to work as hard. I'm picking up on people who will do love spells on people, hoping to trap someone to them who's a high priestess, because they're tired after they wasted their energy, after they mismanaged the 24 hours of their day. So the advice you're being given is to develop more gratitude for delays. This is building patience, because this is going to show you some stuff that's taking place behind the scenes that people don't want you to know is going on. This is the type of shit where you can have families upon generations who have basically betrayed each other over and over and over. And then they'll try to basically look as if they're a happy family, and they'll try to get new people in the family who they can basically energetically just feed off of. I'm picking up on people that are basically willing to fight each other instead of going to the source of their problem. If external sources cause a family problems, instead of going to the external sources, they'll go to someone who they feel has more than them, and basically rob those people blind. And when those people start getting aware of what's going on, that whole family will team up against that person. So this is where people are at crossroads, because they're trying to figure out how to get out of these families. You know, I'm picking up on people who have dreams and goals of having family harmony, but there's not going to be any family harmony if they continue to stay around toxic people who is doing root work on them. Now, if they have children, the root work will go on their children. See, anyway, so we have railroad bills. Let's talk about it. The Chariot. Songs 108 and 13 is showing up here. With God we shall do valiantly. It is he who will tread down our foes. Realize, if there has been any root work done on you that has negatively impacted your children are safe. Anyone who was playing dirty with you, they didn't win the game. And if they're still playing the game and they still keep losing, success is going to be your best revenge. And also, your ancestors are saying, get rid of any people or situations that are distracting you from your mission now. Also, you know what's best in this situation. If anyone tries to convince you to do it their way, they're trying to get you to basically experience what they're experiencing. If they're experiencing failure. So you could have people trying to say it's my way or the highway, trying to close you off from genuine support and help. But realize that this is all going to backfire. And here's why. We have the grandchildren. So if you have people in your own family who've done root work on you, realize they already lost. And it's just a matter of time before they realize exactly what they set up for themselves. The Star. Get outside your comfort zone to regain hope. You may be under spiritual attack by your own family members because they want you to give up on yourselves. They don't want you to leave them. If you're the one that's holding everybody together, and you leaving means that they're going to fall apart. They could have done root work against you, and they could have known that this root work would viciously hit your children. And these people don't want you to have any hope because they've lost hope. So if you're able to still maintain hope and they lose hope, they've lost hope, and they possibly could have been feeding off of your good energy. You leaving this family means it's going to open up doors for you in ways that you can't even imagine. This means you may be finding your soul tribe family. And how can you manifest your soul tribe family who won't betray you like your own kin will? Find a way to become inspired. This will basically put you in the direction of your soul tribe family. More than likely, your soul tribe family has been under heavy attack as well from their own family members who have been relying on them energetically, financially, emotionally. They possibly could have people who have done root work on them to keep them stuck to them. So when I say if you have to cut ties with family members who don't want to see you reach your full potential, because you reaching your full potential will expose how they do not have your best interest and how they're willing to harm your children just to keep you stuck with them. Do what you need to do to gain that hope. This will put you in the path of meeting your soul tribe family. Because I'm picking up on family members that would have trauma dumped on you to no end. They would have trauma dumped on you to the point that you would have been wondering, why are y'all happier than me and I'm the one carrying the burdens? Why are y'all treating me like the black sheep? And I'm the one that know everything that's going on. So we gonna end this reading and say, if you gotta cut ties with toxic family members who are willing to do root work on you and your children just to keep y'all stuck, break ties with them. If the root work has negatively impacted your family structure and you have to break away from family members who have done root work on you and they've done root work on your children, continue to break away from them, because when all that root work goes back on them, everything they did to you will come out, and it's only a matter of time.